Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 2, Episode 188. It is 5 o'clock on Sunday night, and we're going to go for a ride here. We're going to see if we can hit a few casinos and make some money, start off the week right. We ended off the month and the week last week in pretty good condition. Not where we'd really like to be, but we still made over $4,000 for the week, so it's not bad. And remember, last week was kind of squashed by Sunday being bad, so this time we're going to start the week off right. We're going to make money this Sunday and hopefully have some great results. Right now I am on my way to the first casino. I expect it to be busy. I expect it to probably yield around $150 to $200, and then we were going to go to a slots-only casino for our second casino, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to skip that and go straight for the blackjack and see what we can do there. So on our way right now, it is 84 degrees, Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. We are on our way. After our first stop, we'll have to get some gas, and then we should be good for the rest of the trip. Letting you go for now, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. I went into the first place. It was medium crowded, not terrible. I found a couple plays immediately, and I was actually shocked that I found those because those were easy pickings and no one else had gotten to them somehow. Played those and looked around, really didn't see anything else after that. And actually, normally I would get my food and stuff from here, and I totally forgot, which is not a big deal. I will be back to this casino later in the week, and I was in there for 25 minutes and ended up ahead 190, so plus 190 there. And we're going to move on. We're going to skip a place, like I said. We're going to move on and play some blackjack. I am still about 110 miles from that casino, so I'm just going to relax, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. I went into the next place. I skipped one casino because it's rare to find good plays in that slots-only casino at this time of night on a Sunday. So I skipped that. I went on to the next one, went and played some blackjack, walked into the high-limit area and only found one table open, sat down at the table, bought in. The dealer gave me the money, gave me the chips when I bought in. Didn't say a thing to the pit boss, and I'd already rebought before he told the pit boss I'd even bought in, and I did pretty well right off. I lost a bunch of hands in a row at the beginning, but then things turned around and did all right. It was really busy in there, lots of people everywhere, and I just got lucky to get a table at the right time when nobody was sitting there. But there were definitely a lot of people coming, and I was able to sneak in and out without using a card or anything. I think at this point now, I don't use my card anywhere for blackjack, only for slots, and usually only for slots at casinos that I don't play blackjack in, which is only about 2 or 3 casinos. So anyway, I ended up ahead $1,100 on the blackjack. I did take a lap and look at the slots and found 2 very easy plays. Very shocked that no one had seen them. In fact, when I was checking the first one and I saw it, someone had pulled a chair away so they could sit with someone else at a different machine, and I was really careful to pull a chair over really quickly to make sure no one sat down because it was a good play. And within 5 spins, I hit that one. Then went to another machine, and I'm trying to remember what the other one was that I played, but hit that one right away as well, and ended up ahead 133 on the slots. So plus 1,100 on the blackjack, plus 133 on the slots. It's getting late. It's very dark outside. Traffic is picking up. People are getting ready to start heading home soon. Next couple hours. I may go back to that casino, but right now I'm going to sneak away to a nearby casino, small-time operation. Has about 7 or 8 machines I can check, and we'll see what we can do there. So this is one of the tighter places, so I got to be really careful when picking up plays. Nothing borderline, and just only solid plays. So right now temperature's already dropped to about 75, and it's going to continue to get colder tonight. Moving on, and I'll be back. Alright guys, on my short trip to the next casino, I just wanted to tell you a story about what happened this weekend and how it almost became a disaster. This weekend I was at home. I got a call from my mom, and she said that one of her tires was low, and an alert came up, and she's one of these people that fills up her gas tank when it gets half empty. So she was very, very worried about it. So I went over there and looked at it, and I actually put air in all 4 tires and made sure everything was okay. And I had my son with me, my youngest, and when we got back home, he said, "Dad, your tire looks really low too. I think it's almost flat." And I'm like, "Well, I just filled it up a couple days ago after I got this new car. There was a light on. I was worried about it, so I checked all the tires, filled them all up. One of them only had about 13 pounds, and I made sure that it was completely okay. But, you know, let's take a look." I looked at it, and it was completely flat. I fill it up. It takes forever to fill it up because now I'd probably been running on this flat tire for a while and damaged the sidewalls. I take it to a big company that does tire repair in my area, the biggest company, and they say, "Okay, just leave it with us, and you know, we'll have it by 6. This is Saturday night. We'll have it by 6 when we close." So they called me about half an hour later. They said, "Well, we can't fix it. There is a screw in there, but we can't fix it because the sidewalls are so bad." "Okay, no problem. Go ahead and put a new tire on." Well, here's the problem. You have 2 good tires and 2 bad tires on this car, which is baloney. All 4 of them are good, but that's okay. They said you have 2 good and 2 bad. We recommend you change 2 of them. And before I had a chance to answer yes or no, the guy said, "But the size is an unusual size. It's like 235, 55, 17. And because of that, we don't have any in stock. It'll be a week before we get it in." And my heart just sank. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this going to be one of those situations where no one has this tire, and now I'm going to have 2 cars out of commission? So I go pick up the car. They put the spare on there, which is nice because it was pretty much a full-size spare tire. And you know, the gears were turning in my head. Okay, worst case, I leave the rim with the dealer, and I, you know, travel on the spare tire, but, you know, I didn't have to. I ended up calling a Walmart that sells tires, and I say, you know, "This is what's going on." And the guy says, "Is this Joe Kickass?" And I said, "Yeah, it's me." He said, "Hey, it's your buddy." And it was a guy that I used to work with at a side job that I had, and he's working at Walmart. So he puts a tire on for me for $96. So $96 for a tire. I got it all straightened out. I was worried because all the car companies were closed on Sunday. I mean, all the tire companies were closed on Sunday. It was already Saturday late afternoon, and a lot of them were getting ready to close. And luckily, my buddy was able to hook me up, and no problem. The alignment's fine. Everything is fine. And thankfully, I'm able to go out and make money because we've already made $1,400 today because we were able to get that tire. So very thankful for that. And right now I am pulling off on my exit to go to the next spot. We're going to go in there. We should be, if there's nothing available, we'll be in and out of there in 10 minutes. Hopefully we find one good play or more. So I will be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Like I thought, I was in and out of there in about 15, 18 minutes, something like that. I only played 3 machines. One I won $7 on, one I lost $6 on, and one I won about 105. So with just those few machines, this place was actually very light. There weren't that many people in there, and I was actually pretty surprised because the last place was so busy. but I ended up ahead $106. But there were some machines I couldn't play because people were sitting there watching other people play, and the last thing you want to do is ask someone to move, and then you go click, 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 and then, okay, never mind, I don't need it, and then you look like a jerk. So I let those go. I took another lap. I came back, and they were still there, so I just decided to leave that alone. So at this point, I have a couple different choices of where I can go, and I think I'm gonna actually take the easy route here, because there's a casino I could go to right now and play some blackjack, but they're so sweaty, and man, my record there has been so poor lately, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, and then you have to come all the way back to get back to this area to go anywhere else. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go to a different spot and see what else we can dig up. It's been a good night so far. Maybe we can actually get home before 4 or 5 in the morning. I talked a little bit about my work and the things I was trying to do, and I tried to get some work done on that project this weekend, but things weren't working properly with the software that I was supposed to be using. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can get that all figured out. I'm working in a dev environment, which is the developer's environment, where you mess around, you can do whatever you want, and then they could refresh it back to a different version, and then you can try things again and just figure out the best way of doing things. So there may be some errors in that dev environment that need to be fixed, and then we can get some solid work done. Now I'll talk more about tomorrow later on, but right now, heading off to the next spot. Alright guys, I am back. I went to the next place and only found one play, and actually it was a one spin play. Played it through and ended up winning $201 profit, and went back to the car and realized I still had $25 in free play I didn't even play. So I'm going to go back in there, play that through, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, yeah, I had $25 in free play at this place, and when I first came in I saw one machine. It was $3 a spin, and on the first spin I hit, and I looked around to everything else. I saw nothing, so I left. So I'm in the car getting ready to leave, and I forgot I still had the $25. So I went in there, and of course there still wasn't anything to play, so I just put it in a generic machine, and ended up turning the 25 into 22. So plus 22 there, plus the 201, so it's 223 at that spot, and moving on to the next spot. So this one was a lot busier, and it's funny because this is in a smaller town, but the casino was a lot busier. So anyway, moving on, I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back, and went into this place. It was like a party in there for me. Everything I did was beautiful, everything. I walked up to this one machine, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, do you remember the old cartoons, the old like Looney Tunes cartoons, where the wolf sees the pretty lady and his eyes come like jumping out of his face? That was me looking at this machine. I walked up to this machine, $7.50 a spin, and it was just one spin away from hitting. I couldn't believe it. I pushed the button, and I win $155, and I cash out. Everyone around me is looking at me. Another machine, that little-known machine, hit that one for about 80 or 70, something like that, within 5 or 6 spins. And then a new machine that was installed that people still don't know how to play. They play it totally wrong. They think it does one thing when it does something else. And played that and ended up ahead on that one as well. And that was about all I did. I was in there for about 40 minutes, and I ended up ahead $345. Awesome. Plus $345 in 45 minutes. What an hourly AV. Beautiful. So yeah, I don't know, we might be at 2,000 for the night already, and it hasn't been that long really. A little bit of driving, a little bit of playing, having a little bit of fun, and gonna get home at a decent hour. I'm gonna try to get something to eat here. It's pretty late right now. Hoping to get home by 2, and I think that would be really good. Maybe a little later than that. But I didn't go too far, and everything just happened to work out. And I saw people who knew how to play these machines, and they just missed everything. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe just good timing. I don't know what it was, but these guys missed everything. So right now I am going to let you go. Going to look for some food, and I'll be back with you. All right, guys, I am back. I am getting close to home. I just wanted to mention I went through a drive-through, and there was no person to talk to. It was a machine. You ordered through the machine, and the machine asks you in the drive-through, oh, do you want to add fries and a drink for this much more? No. Do you want to add whatever? You say no. And then, it tells you the price. You move up, and everything's done through the machine. And all the people do is take your money and give you your food. And that's going to continue to happen, and it's going to get worse and worse, because as minimum wage goes up, inflation goes up. As inflation goes up, the companies are going to realize, hey, why should I hire a 17-year-old to work for $15 an hour when they're going to steal from me, they're going to call in late, they're going to miss work, whatever, and I'm going to have to fire them, whatever's going to happen, when I could just put a machine in there, pay $10,000 one time, and I don't have to worry anymore, and everything is safe. And that's going to continue to be like that. And there's going to be less and less jobs available for the less qualified people because they're demanding too much money. I'm sorry, that's just the way life is. That's the way economics works. So anyway, almost home now. Should be home by 2:30, and going to get a good night's sleep, get up at 6 o'clock, and head off to work and try to get a lot of stuff accomplished tomorrow, and hopefully head off to at least one casino tomorrow afternoon and see if we can make some more cash. Right now it is 59 degrees, and like I said, just getting close to home, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Questions, comments, mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com, and I'll see you tomorrow.